We apologize for the short notice, but we're with registration this year. We just want to make sure that we had a just quick conversation so we alleviate any questions or confusion before we begin our registration for the mid-year progress update. So this should just be a quick 30-minute call. And you also received Claudia, was the email this morning covering the whole um, all about registration or just simply about Slack?
It was just about Slack.
It's
So
about Slack. Okay,
we will send follow-up emails about registrations
right.
weekly.
So,
IDIS has all that said. Yes.
so we sent you received an email earlier today that was talking about Slack, which is a tool we're going to use, and be chatting about that just a little bit. And then we're also going to be sending a follow-up email from this on registration for the mid-year progress update. So I've got a minute after, and I appreciate you all being on time. So I'm going to go ahead and start. And this is a little informal today. So I'll tell you that I'm going to use my PowerPoint slides with the slides showing up there on the side. So I'm sure that many of you all are aware that we have two major meetings that take place each year. One of those is the Florida Post-Secondary Education Program Planning Institute that happens in July, and the other for just our coordinators / directors and one other person takes place in January. Well, and is everyone seeing, am I sharing the correct slides? Okay, so the dates this year are January 22nd through 24th, 2025. What I want you to take special notice of is that it's at the Aloft Hotel, Lake Nona. This is a different location than we've been before. This is a brand new hotel that is located on the south side of the Orlando airport on the 417. And when you look it up and find it, you'll see that it's going to be for those folks who need to fly in for the meeting. It's much closer to the airport. It's also going to be somewhat closer for those folks that are coming from South Florida. And it's a beautiful, brand new hotel with beautiful meeting space. And so we are moving away from the DoubleTree UCF this year. At any time anyone has a question, please unmute yourself and ask for clarification. It's been a busy morning, and I want to make sure, we're clear on everything. Once again, our focus for this meeting is we're going to be talking about step 4, which is our progress update in the strategic planning tool. And that's something that your facilitator from the PEPI will be reaching out to you during November and December to complete. And so we're just going to be reviewing step 4 and chatting about the progress update that you've done on strategic planning. The other focus and the majority of our time will be spent on program and student reports and data collection. We just want to share information with folks that can hopefully improve and simplify the program and student reports. So just to go back to those dates, on Wednesday, January 22nd at 10 a.m., for those of you who for some reason cannot complete your step 4 or have questions about your step 4, we're going to have a couple of facilitators there to help you, or if you have questions or want to change something, they'll be there at 10 o'clock. But the other thing that we're going to do at 10 a.m. that morning is that we're going to meet with the Florida Post-Secondary Comprehensive Transition Programs, whose application, let me say that again, whose application will need to be renewed by June 31st of 2025. Those folks include FAU, I should say the Florida Atlantic University, Indian River State College, McFadder Technical College, Robert Morgan Technical College, Santa Fe College, the College of the Florida Keys, and the University of Central Florida. Those are the program applications, and we want for those folks between 10 a.m. and noon. Then at noon, we have our opening session with lunch. That's on Wednesday. Any questions so far? Okay. You'll be able to look in the app for the event and see everything that happens on Thursday, but I also want to clarify what's going to be happening on Friday, January 24th. On the 24th, we're going to adjourn from the mid-year at 10:15. At 10:15, immediately, we're going to meet with FPCTPs who have a renewal grant or who have a starting grant, initial grant, that will need to be completed by either April 1st or that will end either March 31st or will end June 31st. Those people doing a no-cost extension will be Okaloosa Technical College and Sheridan Technical College. Those with continuing grants will be Robert Morgan Technical College, Tallahassee State College, the School District of Lee County, and McFadder Technical College. And we would like all of you all to plan to stay until noon. We'll be going from 10:15 and ending at noon. And then we also have some folks who are approved programs who are working on their grants. And that includes First Coast Technical College, Polk State College, Osceola Technical College, one of the Polk School District Technical Colleges, and Miami-Dade Technical Colleges. And again, we will be meeting with them to talk about their grants. So once again, just to clarify, because this is an area that some people have confusion on Wednesday between 10 and noon, we're talking about applications, and we're going to send each of those folks a specific invite to make sure that you know that you're to be there. And then we're going to talk about grants on Friday. Any questions about that? Okay. Let's move on to team members. So for team members, each approved program, and this is a meeting for approved programs. I'm hoping that someone can just glance at everyone that's on the webinar to make sure everyone's here from an approved program, because this isn't like the PEPI where people that are just interested in starting a program attend, but this is people who have an approved Florida Post-Secondary Comprehensive Transition Program. And so we would like the person that is the coordinator or director, whichever title you may use, and one other person to attend. And it will be important that that person be someone, if you have someone that's doing the reporting for your program other than you as the coordinator, or if you have someone that's overseeing budgeting and invoicing other than you, other than the coordinator, it would be very beneficial for that to be the person who attends the mid-year progress update with you. Any questions about that? Just again, this isn't a regular webinar. It's just simply a time for us to go through this to make sure that all of because sometimes written information is difficult for, we want to make sure that everything is very clear. Registration opens today, and there is a link available at fcsua.org under news and events. You'll be able to find that link.
I have posted a link in the chat, Drew.
Oh, thank you, Claudia. Thank you. Claudia has put that link in the chat as well. Email reminders will be sent. Registration will close December 13th. So please put a note on your calendar and we will reach out to you if you have not registered, but please try to get registered before December 13th because that's when registration will close. Okay? Now, whenever you register, this is going to be a little bit different than it's been at the Peppy or at the mid-year before. You're going to be entering information for your hotel room in registration. And that means the day you'll be checking in, the day you'll be checking out. And so you will not be reserving the room yourself. Whenever you check in, you'll need to provide a card for incidentals to the hotel, but we will be paying your hotel expense just like we've done in the past. But this way, the hotel, we have all of these rooms held. And so you'll just simply enter whether if you're planning to drive in that day and be there at noon because you are not one of the FPCTPs that need to be there at 10 in the morning, and you may want to come the day before. But we do expect the people that are coming in the day before, to be those people that are going to need to be there at 10 the next morning between 10 and 12, or people that are coming from, very far distances to be there by noon on Wednesday. So there are rooms available Tuesday night. Am I right here? Claudia, you and Maria keep me Tuesday night, Wednesday
Yes.
night, and Thursday night. You'll
Mhm.
choose 3. And if you need that room, then please reserve that room. But if you're not going to need to be there until noontime and you aren't very far away from Orlando, then maybe you could drive in on Wednesday and be there at noon. But we will be starting at 10 o'clock with all of those programs that are renewing their application. So just to share that information. So that's all. Now we're going to chat just a little bit about Slack. And Slack is a communication app and there are going to be different channels within this app. And Alex is going to talk more about this, but it's a way for universities, state colleges, technical colleges, or everyone who has an FPCTP to be able to have a tool to be able to chat with one another and ask questions from one another. So Alex?
Yeah, hey everyone. So I sent out an email this maybe a couple hours ago to the primary program contact email that you have listed in Salesforce. So if you did not receive an email about Slack, please reach out to me at my email address here, or you can email the fcsua@ucf.edu email address. But basically, and I don't want to, we won't dive too deep into this, but due to the feedback we've received from all the programs, we wanted to give you guys a way to speak to each other directly at any time. So that's what this is for. I do want to say that it's not really, we don't want it to be used as a means to reach out to us. We have the formal channels that you reach out to us already available. And we won't be checking in that often on Slack, but this is the tool for you guys to communicate with each other. And basically this meeting is just to ensure that you have an email and that you can sign up. I've seen a couple people join already, so it seems the email is working, but if you have any questions, don't be afraid to reach out to me. And basically once you get in there, there's a welcome channel. At the top of the welcome channel, there's a welcome tab, which will give you some key information about how to use Slack. There'll be some links that'll be helpful for you all in the same place. And then it's pretty much like another messaging app where you can directly message another user, or you can start a conversation in the channels that are relating to your institution. So that's pretty much it. I'm going to do a couple deeper dives on Slack once before the mid-year, and then at the mid-year, there'll be a session to help you guys utilize the space efficiently. And then, yeah, hopefully it'll be a useful tool for everyone, and it'll be a great collaboration opportunity. That's pretty much it.
Thank you, Alex.
Alex, I wanted to add one thing. I know we have some programs that for some reason they have more than one point of contact. And I think that if that's the case, we know that that's a very specific situation. If you are one of those programs, please reach out to us and let us know so we can invite that second person to this communication channel. For now, we have decided that we are going to start only with the program directors. As Alex said, this is a request that we received multiple times for you to communicate with your peers, with your type alike. But if you are in that situation and you need somebody else to be part of a communication, just send us an email and we will be happy to invite you to it. And that person will receive the same welcome email that you received this morning.
Thank you, Claudia. And I think that this PowerPoint has been shared with you in chat. So you should be able to download this PowerPoint from the chat window as well. But there's my email and the center's email. And then the last two slides are just simply giving you a save the date if you want to print that out and put it up somewhere. We always like to give people information far in advance so that they know. So this is for the mid-year Aloft, Orlando, Lake Nona. And then we also, and then we also have the slide for the Pepe 2025, which will be July 14th through 16th in Orlando at the same hotel at the Hyatt Regency Grand Cypress. So at this time, I'm going to stop sharing. And we'll just take a moment for anyone that has any questions. And feel free, any questions you may have about the mid-year and registering for the mid-year.
Everyone, Drew, may I jump in here and ask a question? Because I was slacking and doing my duty and listening and doing the best I can to be in multiple places at one time.
Understand.
Awesome. Well, thank you. Good to see all of you guys. Hope all you other FPTCPs are doing well out there. I'm super excited about Slack. So number one is I hear you saying, Alex, I got that email from you. So register, do that, follow that, and you're not spam. You're not this, hey, join me on Slack, right?
Yeah,
so,
I'm legit.
Yeah, good. It's good to see your face because I saw that. I'm like, is that one of my students I used to work with? Who's that guy? So anyway, I'll do that. Number two is what I hear you saying, Drew. Thank you. Is we need to bring one other person, and the other person is somebody that is doing the quarterly reporting with us. Something that would be the most beneficial person to bring. Is that what I hear you saying, Drew?
It could be whoever is helping you with program reporting, student reporting, or budgeting and invoicing. That needs to be the other person that comes with you. This meeting is focused. It's not as much as here. We're here to teach you all about FPCTPs and talk about inclusive post-secondary education. This is about here's how, here are things that we need to focus on for the FPCTP and provide specific information to specific people who have specific tasks.
Okay. Since I'm really good at hijacking meetings and making them all about myself, I wanted to ask real quick. So since I'm a new program and we don't have students yet, student data or student reporting might not be so valid as it would be for next year. I'm really focusing on the financial pieces and the quarterly reports. So I would love to bring my teacher, but at the same time, I think that maybe it'd be better for someone that's helping me with the original quarterly reports. Is my thinking correct in that, Drew?
Yeah, the teacher is probably the instruction. That's a Pepe person, probably.
Okay.
Someone who's an instructor. This is about the business, more
Thank
business
you, Drew,
side of things. Yeah.
Thank you, guys. So there's going to be a lot of questions, and I want to make sure that I am saying the right thing.
I appreciate you asking very
Sure.
much, clarifying, Todd. That's why we're
Sure.
trying to say it specifically, with folks.
And then one more time, I'm sorry, I have one more question.
Okay.
I don't have to, so I hear you saying that only for students or only for programs that are renewing, and I didn't hear us because we're a brand new program and we're good. So like Manatee, we should be coming on Wednesday. and being there by noon. Is that correct?
That's
Awesome.
right.
Thank you,
That's
Drew. I
exactly
appreciate
right.
it. I'm looking very much forward to
Okay.
collaborating with all you fellow FPTCPs out there. And Claudia, thank you for helping me with all my emails. I didn't see Christian on there, but Christian,
Okay.
if you're there, you're amazing. Claudia and Drew, you are correct. You have some amazing team members, and I have
Thanks.
really learned that more and more as now that I'm in my first role at this thing. So thank you guys.
Okay. Thank you, Todd.
Alyssa, I think Alyssa, you have a question?
Yes, quick question. Hi. So ours in regards to the people. So as you know, Rise has had a lot of changes. So myself, obviously I would be there, but I was talking to everybody in office and we were talking about cross training. So I have one other person that I've been bringing in and showing them kind of the back end of things, and they're going to help with some of that. But we have a new staff member that also is interested in learning, just in case that person might have to be out for an extended period of time due to some family circumstances. Is there a possibility for me to bring two instead of one with me? Only two. So I'd have
Total
to
of 2
pick.
people. With this number of programs and the space that we have, we can really only do 2 people. We'll be happy
Okay.
for you to, to share the information and everything, but this is we're 2 people per program.
Okay.
Wish we could
Thank
do
you.
more, but we want this to be focused. I mean, this is going to be, with reporting this past year, we had, we want to make sure that when we get to the reporting time this coming year, starting in July and going through October 1, that every FPCTP director or that person designated for reporting understands all of the commitments to reporting that you've made and are able to do that accurately. And this is our chance to have one-on-one time with the person that's going to be doing the reporting. It's not a difficult task. We just want to make sure that it's done correctly. And we want to share that with you. Yeah. Just 2 folks per program. No other questions. So if you heard your name for an FPCTP program application that's renewing, if you would just in the chat, put down application renewal. And if you heard yourself for an FPCTP grant, if you will, just in the chat, we'll know by your name that you were there. We want to make sure that everyone heard that we want the program application people on Wednesday between 10 and noon. And we want the FPCTP grant renewal folks on Friday between 10:15 and noon. So if you will, just write that. Thanks, Gwen. Thanks, Linda. Cheryl, thank you. Jennifer, thank you. Karen, thank you. Okay. Then if you're all good, you're welcome to go. I'm going to stay on, and I'm hoping that more people will click in over here in the chat to let us know. And we're going to be sharing this with all of our program coordinators, the recording. Thank you.